Yo, what's going on, guys? Alex7 here. Welcome back to another test drive unlimited solo crown video, and in today I'm showing you the final version of my TDU Hong Kong Island concept map. So without further ado, let's get straight into this, and I'll give you guys a bit of a background in case you've never seen the previous video, which if you have, highly recommend you check it out. But let's get straight on to this new final version, I want to say, of the concept map. Now, the last time you guys saw the map, it looked like this. It was pretty much something that I would call a V0.5. There's some off-roading in it. I got down some other main roads. The red roads would be off-route roads, so stuff like that. And then you had black for the highways and then green for the tunnels. Now in this area here, you guys can probably see that there's a lot missing, and I wanted to fill that in. There was a lot of roads that I don't think I actually captured properly, and that confirmed my foundings after I saw this map, which is a map of all the asphalt routes in Hong Kong Island. That includes roads that aren't even marked in Google Maps. Some of the roads that I even missed in my previous map is this one right here. As you can see, Google Maps doesn't tell you that this is a drivable road, but come on, it does look like a drivable road, and I'm very certain KT are going to use their imagination for roads like these, and they're going to give it to us because it definitely adds a lot to the island. And there are a ton of locations on these, I guess, trail routes, you could say, that honestly would be picture perfect. So I'm pretty sure we're going to see something like that. But now let me show you the final version. This right here is my final version of the map. As you can see, there's a lot to take in. I've done a lot to this map. I've changed up quite a bit. One of the main things that you're going to notice is that in the middle area here, that same trail that I previously showed in the picture is now an asphalt road, and it cuts through the middle of the island. And then I decided to add some off-roading areas as well, because I'm pretty certain we're going to see off-roading in the game. I feel like there's just enough off-roading, but not too much, so you can still have your fun while not making it, I want to say, overbearing. You can still have a few off-road races or mixed races for those SUV vehicles, but nonetheless, it's definitely one of my most favorite things I've done here. Now, another thing you're gonna notice on this map is blue. Now, anywhere in blue is basically a bridge. Now, I've got the Kylotonn Reservoir Dam, I think it's called. There's a few other names that are very similar to it, so I don't remember, but yeah, that's that. There's another bridge over on the left side of the island that kind of brings you to another area in the map. And I'm pretty sure that's all of the bridges. Again, I'm not gonna include overpasses because there is a ton of them on this map, and I'll get into that in a bit later. Now, of course, black, still same thing, highways. I haven't touched any of that. The same thing with the tunnels. I have barely touched that, and in fact, even the main roads, I haven't touched at all. What I have touched is just the red roads and off-roads, as well as purple. Now, you're gonna see purple. So in two areas where there's purple. One is, I guess you could say, a KT Island. I decided to throw that in there because why not? It would be very lovely to see a KT Island Easter egg, you know, a huge nod off to Eden Games and what they did in TDU1 and TDU2. Now, the other purple area is this. It's the amusement park that's located on Hong Kong Island. Now, this is actually a drivable road, and it made me think, what if we could actually have this accessible? Maybe we can have races around this area. And I mean, imagine the pictures you can get of Hong Kong Island at night at the amusement park, of roller coasters in the background, or a Ferris wheel, or a drop tower. Man, there's so much potential for this map, man, especially picture wise, and I can't wait to see it. Now, I'm gonna zoom in here, and as you guys can see, there's two arrows on this picture. One of them is pointing to the Solar Hotel area, which is located right at Victoria Park, as it is in real life. And then a bit to the left is that horse track. If you guys remember, there's a horse track found on Hong Kong Island. I decided, you know what, we're not gonna be racing horses in this game, so why not turn it into a racetrack? It'd be very similar. I'm sure KT is gonna do something like that. It only makes sense. But as you guys can see, right there is a racetrack. Now, I'm not exactly a good racetrack designer, but I tried my best to make what I think would be a nice multi-layout racetrack, and I even added the pits, as well as how you'd get there is basically you drive under the bridge, similar to how they do in NASCAR, like Daytona. I'm pretty sure you go underground to come back up through the middle, something like that. I'm pretty sure they would do that. I'd love to see that. But yeah, those are the two things. I haven't done anything else, dealerships, houses. I didn't map any of that. I just wanted to focus on the main road layout. And to give you a better view, here is the map in a satellite view. As you guys can see, it's a lot easier to pick out where Victoria Park is, where the city centers are, downtown, the tunnel, off-roading areas, the water reservoir, etc, etc. So I'm pretty excited, and I definitely want to go over some details before I end this video all over the map, because as you do something like this, sometimes I have to cross-reference in Google Earth, and there's a ton of things in certain areas of this map that I really have to point out how much of a big deal it is on Hong Kong Island. And of course, here's a picture of it in the white color, as I think it kind of pops out a lot more. But you guys can get the gist of what we're looking at here. And I do want to mention that this is nowhere near 90% accurate of the real life roads. And keep in mind, in Test Drive Unlimited 2, the roads were about 80 to 90% accurate to its real life counterparts. So I would imagine that we're going to see something very similar in Hong Kong Island from KT. Even if they pull off a map like this, I don't think it's going to be this dense. But if they pull off anything similar to this, or even a little bit less, we are in store for one hell of a map. And like I say, honestly, this may be the best open world map in a modern open world racing game today. In fact, I'd even go as far as saying it might be one of the best maps ever in an open world racing game, but I know some of you guys are probably gonna hate on me for that, so yeah. Now let's talk about some key things on Hong Kong Island. I do want to mention this because it's very important. As you guys know, in my map, there's a ton of areas where the roads are very close together. Now, where that may be true, I do want to let you know that the elevation on Hong Kong Island is ridiculous. For example, here's a picture, guys. You have 3 roads all very close to each other, but they're at 3 different elevations. So just think about that for a second. You got 3 roads at 3 different elevations. Some of the pictures, the driving that we're really going to get around this island are going to be incredible. And the thing is, in Forza Horizon 5, you got to understand that you may be getting bored about this map, and I'm probably going to go into this later. This is a whole different video. But there's a lot of things and features about Forza Horizon 5's map that make it seem a lot smaller than it actually is. Being able to cut through mass portions of land in a hypercar definitely makes the map feel a lot smaller. In Hong Kong Island, you won't be able to do that at all. There's a lot of trees in the way, there's a lot of elevation that would stop you from even being able to do that as well. So listen, so there's a ton of opportunity for KT to nail and execute this map, because trust me if they do, and I have very good faith that based on how they've done their previous WRC games, they've always been true to life, very accurate, and it's always based on real life satellite data. But another thing I want to talk about is this road right here as well. I didn't even know that this was a part on Hong Kong Island, because like I said, there is a ton of roads, and in fact I've barely scratched the surface of it, honestly. If you take a look at this, you basically pull off, you go in a tunnel that turns, come down a loop. Imagine the drifts you can get on this area, and it even looks like a 2-gate type of area. Now you see, the thing is, KT, they've thought about this. I mean, think about it. We've always wanted a Japan open world racing game. This is the closest thing that we'll ever get to Tokyo and Japan on a small island at 1-to-1 scale, true to everything. This is really going to be one of our favorite maps if KT pull it off. And it can really be a true underdog. I cannot wait to see what KT do. And in fact, when the game comes out, I'm definitely going to compare my 2 maps to see if KT have nailed, or I guess I should say if I've nailed what KT have done or not. But yeah, there is a ton of things up and around this island. But that's pretty much all I want to talk to you guys about regarding my concept map for Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown on Hong Kong Island. I'm pretty sure I'm done with it. There's not much else I really want to do. I don't really want to add any icons around the map or anything like that. It's basically just going to be a road map layout, just to give us inspiration and figure out what we could possibly be seeing in TDU-SC. But nonetheless, I highly recommend you guys go ahead, go on Google Earth and check out Hong Kong Island. Especially when you go into detail, take a look at all the viewing points, the pictures you can take, the roads, tunnels. There is a ton of work, and honestly, this is also why I only think we're going to be getting Hong Kong Island, which is totally fine by the way. But if you take a look at it, there is a ton of detail all around the island, from the roads, buildings, peaks, pictures. There is a ton of it, guys. And being able to produce not only Hong Kong Island, but another city which is pretty much double the size of Hong Kong Island and its surrounding areas is pretty crazy. I don't think we're going to see anything else, just Hong Kong Island at launch, and then I think KT are going to expand the map from within as DLC, such as adding stores, dealerships, houses, etc. There's a ton of potential that KT have. I'm sure Alan Janu had a lot of ideas in mind when he was making TDU2 and the DLCs, and I'm sure he's going to bring some of that over into TDU-SC. But if you guys did enjoy this video, leave a like down below and subscribe for more Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown content. You already know what it is. I'm your boy Alex7. I think that's a new type of outro. Whoa, I can't even speak properly, bro. But yeah, let me just end the video, man. I always mess with the end of my videos. So yeah, you guys are just gonna have to get something like this, I guess. I don't even know how to end off my video now. Peace out.